Hello, this is the Success C4P for Burkina Faso. I'm Win Morgan, the principal developer of this tool, and I'm glad to show you around the cover page here. One of the first things you'll notice here is that you can change the language from French to English and to Spanish if that's what you want to do. I'm going to put this back into French here. The next thing you should note is that there are three possible scenarios that you can input. If you have input more than one scenario, then you can choose scenario 2 or scenario 3 to show on the cover page. As you can see, only scenario 1 has been filled out for this particular tool, so I'm going to keep this at scenario 1. You'll see here that this has a couple of features. One is, for every page you can click on here to go to a menu which will take you to all the different pages that you want to or need to go to. And I go back to the cover here. You will also see that for the scenario that you're working with, it will tell you what the coverage rate is that you're going to achieve in the first 5 years that you're working. It will also give you an idea of what the total cost is here in local currency and here in US dollars. If you want to see more breakdowns, then you can see here this is the number of women in the population who are at risk for developing cervical cancer. These are all the numbers here, and then this is your objective or your goal for cumulative screening rate. So you want here your coverage rate to be 5% at the end of 5 years, going from 1% in 2025, and this tells you the actual coverage that you're achieving. Sometimes it's less, and if that's the case, then this will show up in pink. You'll see the number of primary screenings that have gone on in the 5 years, the number of triages or follow-up screenings that have been done, and the number of treatments for precancerous lesions that have been done. You can use these as you work in other cost effectiveness or cost benefit evaluations that can be done outside of this tool. You can use these to determine what your possible benefits are and what the cost will be per benefit. Here you'll see on the costs that this is the recurrent costs for delivering services, and you have financial costs and economic costs. In this case, the economic costs are larger because we are using government salaried employees, so it's not additional financial or cash layout, but you are using those resources. So you can see that it adds quite a bit onto the cost of delivering services. You'll also see here that there are sets of equipment that have been invested in, and you'll see that the costs are both financial and economic here, and this is the investment, the initial investment. Later on we'll show you what the investment is for the annualized costs. And then you'll see all program support activities are also shown here, what their cost will be, and then you get a total cost of what it should cost you for the 5 years that you're going to be working.